In this special video, we will delve into the philosophy of Stoicism, which originated in ancient Greece, and how it remains relevant in navigating the ups and downs of modern life. We will immerse ourselves in 25 essential Stoic principles that can reshape your approach to challenges and difficulties. If you're new here, please subscribe and like the video to support the creation of more content. Stoicism has been a source of inspiration for many throughout history. These principles equip us to face adversity, achieve tranquility, and maintain calm and serenity. However, the video goes beyond suggesting actions. We will also address 7 behaviors to avoid according to Stoicism, which can hinder personal growth in the pursuit of a meaningful life. We will start with the 25 principles that strengthen our mindset, and then discuss the 7 actions to steer clear of when exposing oneself emotionally. It is essential to understand that some people may exploit vulnerability to cause harm. Unfortunately, dynamics of sadism and envy are common in various settings such as work, social circles, and family. Learning to protect your vulnerabilities is valuable. Imagine yourself as a tree in the midst of a storm. The leaves may flutter and the branches sway, but the trunk remains firm and rooted. This video will teach you the art of silent resilience, how to stay strong despite adversity, and how to fortify this resilience so that external and internal turbulence does not affect you. We will explore the Stoic principles of Epicurus, a renowned philosopher, and invite you on a journey of self-discovery. We will discover that true strength is not in the thunderous noise, but in the serenity of the guiding light on our path. Dedicate yourself to this content by eliminating distractions and focusing on this learning process with us. The first Stoic principle, one of the foundations of Stoic philosophy, emphasizes the importance of listening more than speaking. This concept, often attributed to Epicurus, highlights the relevance of valuing listening over speaking in a society where voices compete for attention and opinions are formed and expressed rapidly. The ability to listen attentively and empathetically becomes a revolutionary act of wisdom and self-understanding. Listening more than speaking is not just an act of respect for others, but also an exercise in humility and learning. By silencing our own voices and making room for others' perspectives, we broaden our understanding of the world and enrich our life experiences. Attentive listening allows us to absorb knowledge, experiences, and worldviews different from our own, contributing to deeper personal and collective growth. Moreover, the Stoic principle teaches us about the importance of patience and time. Listening requires us to slow down our thoughts and reactions, providing a space for reflection and consideration. This helps us form more thoughtful and less reactive responses, promoting more effective and meaningful communication. The practice of listening also strengthens human bonds. When we feel truly heard, a sense of validation and understanding emerges. This 7th Stoic principle is a profound call to reflect on mortality and the ephemeral nature of life. It urges us to recognize that our journey in this world is brief and uncertain, reminding us that every moment is precious and should not be wasted. This principle encourages us to look beyond the superficiality and materialism that often dominate our society. Rather than seeking to accumulate possessions and wealth that are transient and do not accompany us after death, it advises us to invest our time and energy in experiences that enrich our souls and in relationships that elevate and sustain us. Valuing limited time means recognizing that each second is an opportunity to grow, learn, and contribute meaningfully to the world around us. It involves understanding that true wealth is not in what we possess, but in the experiences we live, the lessons we learn, and the connections we make with other people. This principle invites us to live more consciously and intentionally, seeking activities that bring us genuine joy and lasting satisfaction. It also encourages us to build and nurture authentic and meaningful relationships in a world where interactions often become shallow and fleeting. It reminds us of the importance of cultivating deep and lasting bonds with family, friends, and the community. These relationships are life's true treasures and offer support, love, and companionship in the most challenging moments. By becoming aware of our mortality, we are motivated to live with more purpose and passion, inspiring us to leave a positive legacy by contributing in some way to a better world. This could mean getting involved in social causes, pursuing creative projects, or simply spreading kindness and compassion in our daily lives. Therefore, the seventh Stoic principle is an invitation to introspection and transformation. It challenges us to reevaluate our priorities and choose a path that aligns with our deepest values. In doing so, we not only enrich our own lives but also touch the lives of those around us, creating waves of positive impact that reverberate throughout the earthly realm. The eighth principle emphasizes humility as a fundamental pillar on the path to continuous learning. It invites us to recognize that no matter how much we know, there is always more to learn and new perspectives to explore. This principle suggests that true wisdom lies not in accumulating knowledge, but in maintaining an open and receptive mind to the infinite possibilities of growth and understanding. Humility in learning is understanding that our current knowledge is limited and temporary, and that the world around us is constantly evolving. This means being willing to question our beliefs and prejudices, and being open to unlearning what we believe to be true. By doing so, we create space for new information and ideas, expanding our worldview and enriching our understanding. This principle not only encourages us to seek new knowledge, but also to value the experiences and perspectives of others. It recognizes that each person has something valuable to offer, and that the diversity of thoughts and experiences enriches the learning process. By practicing humility, we learn to listen actively and consider different viewpoints, which is essential for personal and collective growth. Humility also helps us to face errors and failures constructively. Instead of feeling discouraged or defensive, we can see these setbacks as valuable opportunities to learn and improve. This approach makes us more resilient and adaptable, essential qualities in a changing world. Embracing humility in learning is, therefore, a journey of self-discovery and expansion. It is an invitation to delve deeper into ourselves and the world around us, seeking a better understanding of life's complexity and beauty. By remaining humble and curious, we open the doors to a life of continuous learning, enrichment, and transformation. This principle guides us to live with greater awareness and purpose, becoming eternal learners in the school of life. The ninth principle addresses personal responsibility and the vital importance of being surrounded by people who motivate us to reach and maintain the best version of ourselves. This principle reminds us that as individuals, we have the power and obligation to make decisions that shape our lives and influence those around us. It emphasizes that being the best version of oneself is not a solitary journey, but one that is enriched and amplified by the company and support of others. Personal responsibility is the acceptance that we are the primary architects of our lives. This means taking control of our actions, thoughts, and emotions, and understanding how they contribute to our overall well-being and that of others. This principle encourages us to be self-aware, reflect on our choices, and act in alignment with our deepest values and goals. It urges us to acknowledge our mistakes, learn from them, and make positive changes. Furthermore, the principle highlights the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us and challenge us to grow. These can be mentors, friends, family members, or colleagues who embody the qualities and achievements we aspire to for ourselves. They serve as mirrors, reflecting our own possibilities and encouraging us to pursue our dreams with determination and ethics. The presence of these people in our lives creates an enriching environment that facilitates personal growth and evolution. The 10th principle addresses a crucial aspect of the human experience: guilt. It encourages us to avoid the paralyzing trap of guilt and instead assume responsibility for our actions constructively. This principle recognizes that while guilt may arise as a natural response to mistakes and failures, lingering in this state can be detrimental and hinder personal growth. Rather than allowing ourselves to be consumed by guilt, we are encouraged to adopt a more proactive and positive approach. If left unaddressed, guilt can lead to a cycle of negativity that affects our self-esteem and our ability to move forward. The 10th principle reminds us that everyone makes mistakes, but what matters most is how we respond to them. Instead Instead of dwelling on guilt, we should focus on learning from our actions and using this knowledge to improve. This involves recognizing our errors, understanding their consequences, and taking corrective actions to avoid repeating them in the future. Assuming responsibility is a vital step in this process and entails an honest and objective evaluation of our actions and their repercussions. It means taking our part in the situations we create or in which we are involved. This acceptance is not an act of self-flagellation, but a mature recognition that serves as a starting point for positive change. Furthermore, the principle suggests that we should replace guilt with constructive reflection and positive action. Instead of punishing ourselves by dwelling on what we did, we should concentrate on how we can improve and make amends for any harm caused. Self-compassion is essential to move beyond guilt. This means treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer to a friend in a similar situation. By recognizing that being human entails imperfections, we can learn to forgive ourselves and continue the journey of personal growth with greater wisdom and resilience. This principle encourages us to face our mistakes, learn from them, and move forward with a more positive and responsible attitude. By doing so, we free ourselves from the chains of guilt and pave the way toward a fuller, more authentic life marked by constant evolution and improvement. The 11th principle offers a powerful reflection on the nature of our reactions and how they shape the course of our lives. It reinforces. In the face of external storms, self-control refers to the ability to regulate our own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, especially in challenging or provocative situations. It is the capacity to maintain calm and composure, even in the face of criticism, rejection, or hostility. Having self-control means being able to respond rather than react impulsively, allowing us to make thoughtful and conscious decisions. Emotional autonomy goes beyond self-control. It's about developing an internal independence where our inner peace and well-being are not dependent on the actions or opinions of others. It's understanding that while we can't control other people's behavior, we can control our response to it. With emotional autonomy, we recognize that we are solely responsible for our emotions and have the power to maintain our inner balance regardless of external circumstances. This principle teaches us that people's reactions often have more to do with themselves than with us. Understanding this helps us not to take every word or action directed at us personally. Instead of giving in to feelings of anger, resentment, or sadness, we can choose to approach the situation with understanding, compassion, and an open mind. Developing self-control and emotional autonomy requires practice and patience. This may involve mindfulness techniques, deep reflection, therapy, and seeking a deeper understanding of oneself. It can also mean learning to set healthy boundaries and distancing ourselves from toxic situations or relationships that consistently disturb our inner peace. The 13th principle doesn't suggest that we should be indifferent or not care about others. On the contrary, by developing greater emotional stability, we are better equipped to offer genuine support, empathy, and understanding. This allows us to be present and available for others in a healthier and more effective way. The 13th principle advocates for simplicity as a path to a more fulfilling and meaningful life, highlighting the benefits of a less complicated lifestyle focused on the essentials. It's not just about reducing physical possessions or stripping life of luxuries. It's an invitation to rethink our priorities, values, and how we spend our time and energy. Living simply means consciously choosing less, but better. It's about recognizing that excessive accumulation of material goods often distracts us from what truly matters. By reducing excess and focusing on the essentials, we create space for things that bring genuine satisfaction and joy to our lives, such as relationships, experiences, personal growth, and contributions to the community. Simplicity also refers to clarity of thought and reducing excess stimuli and information. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with messages and demands, choosing simplicity is a way to reclaim tranquility and focus. This could involve limiting media consumption, dedicating time to reflection and meditation, or simply slowing down to appreciate the present moment. Adopting a simple lifestyle doesn't mean living without comforts or pleasures, but finding satisfaction in the most fundamental and lasting things. It's a choice for a less distracted and more intentional life, where decisions are made based on what truly adds value and meaning. By consuming less and choosing more consciously, we reduce our ecological footprint and contribute to a more sustainable and just economy. This reflects a consideration not only for our well-being, but also for the well-being of future generations and the planet as a whole. Additionally, simplicity teaches us to appreciate what we already have. By valuing and caring for what we possess, instead of constantly seeking more, we cultivate a sense of satisfaction and appreciation for life. This attitude of gratitude is fundamental to having a richer and more satisfying life experience. In summary, the 14th principle encourages us to seek simplicity as a way to free ourselves from excess and focus on what truly matters. By doing so, we not only improve our own quality of life, but also contribute to a more sustainable and equitable world. The 15th principle emphasizes the importance of emotional resilience, encouraging us to develop the ability to maintain inner peace and serenity even in the face of external negativity. This principle recognizes that life is filled with challenges, and we will inevitably encounter people and situations that test our tranquility and emotional balance. However, instead of being swept away by these influences, we are called to cultivate inner strength that allows us to remain steadfast and centered. Emotional resilience is the ability to quickly recover from difficulties and adapt to changes while maintaining a state of calm and clarity. This doesn't mean denying or suppressing our emotions, but rather recognizing them, understanding them, and learning to manage them effectively. By developing emotional resilience, we become less susceptible to impulsive reactions and more capable of responding to adverse situations with consideration and wisdom. Ignoring the negativity of others is an essential part of this principle. Often, the negative attitudes and words of other people have more to do with their own internal struggles than with ours. Understanding this helps us not to take things personally and to keep our inner peace intact. This doesn't mean we should be indifferent to the suffering of others, but rather that we should protect our own energy and emotional well-being so that we can be a positive and stable presence for ourselves and others. Preserving our inner peace involves practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and reflection, which help us cultivate a deeper awareness of our thoughts and emotions. Additionally, the 15th principle reminds us that emotional resilience is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. This requires constant practice and a commitment to self-discovery and growth. By facing our fears, challenges, and uncertainties with courage and openness, we transform our most difficult experiences into opportunities to develop even greater strength and wisdom. By learning to ignore the negativity of others and preserving our inner peace, we not only improve our own quality of life, but also become a source of strength and inspiration for those around us. The 10th principle highlights the priceless value of friendship, emphasizing that genuine and meaningful relationships far outweigh any form of material wealth. This principle reminds us that while material possessions may provide temporary comfort, true friends provide support, comfort, and companionship that enrich our lives in lasting and meaningful ways. Friendship is one of the purest forms of human connection. True friends accept us as we are, share in our joys and sorrows, and are there in times of need. They are a source of joy, inspiration, and comfort, often helping us overcome life's most challenging hurdles. This principle encourages us to cherish and nurture these relationships, recognizing that the quality of our friendships is one of the truest indicators of a rich and fulfilling life. In addition to highlighting the importance of friendship, the 10th principle also encourages us to reflect on how we prioritize our lives. In a world that often measures success in terms of material accumulation, we are reminded that true wealth lies in human connections and shared love. This principle challenges us to consider what we truly value and to seek a healthier balance between material pursuits and the cultivation of rich and meaningful relationships. The support and comfort provided by friends are priceless. They have the capacity to understand our struggles, offer wise counsel, and provide a different perspective when we cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. In times of crisis, it is our friends who offer a shoulder to cry on, and in times of celebration, they are the ones who laugh and rejoice with us. This network of emotional support is fundamental to our psychological well-being and our ability to face life's adversities. Cultivating true friendships takes time and effort, and it means being present, listening with empathy, and acting with kindness and consideration. It also means being a true friend in return, offering the same level of support and love that we expect to receive. This principle encourages us to proactively strengthen our friendships, investing time and energy in nurturing these valuable connections. Additionally, the practice of gratitude and acceptance plays a fundamental role in maintaining ataraxia, a state of tranquil mind. Being grateful for the blessings and lessons from all experiences and accepting what we cannot change frees us from the chains of desire and regret, allowing us to live with deeper appreciation and genuine peace. It's important to note that ataraxia is not a state of indifference or emotional detachment. Instead, it's a form of full and conscious engagement with life where emotions are fully experienced but do not govern our actions or define our well-being. The 23rd principle proposes a powerful and transformative practice: constant reflection. This habit involves a daily examination of your actions, intentions, and the overall state of your life. It's an invitation to look inward, question the virtuousness and effectiveness of your actions, and identify areas for growth and improvement. This practice not only increases self-awareness, but also strengthens self-discipline, improving the quality of life and interactions with others. Constant reflection is a moment of honesty with yourself. At the end of each day, take time to reflect on your actions and choices. Ask yourself, do my actions today reflect my virtues and values? Is there something I could have done better? How can I improve tomorrow? This exercise is not about cultivating guilt or regret, but rather about acknowledging both successes and failures as valuable opportunities for learning and growth. This self-examination helps you develop a deeper understanding of your motivations and behaviors. Over time, you'll begin to notice patterns in your reactions and choices, some of which may align with your goals, while others may require adjustments. By becoming more aware of these patterns, you gain the opportunity to intentionally transform your future actions to be more in line with your aspirations and principles. This can serve as a powerful motivator to keep your actions aligned with your long-term goals and the kind of person you want to be. The self-discipline developed through constant reflection is an essential tool for overcoming challenges and resisting short-term temptations that may divert you from your path. Rather than seeing yourself as a fixed and unchanging person, you begin to see yourself as someone in constant evolution, always capable of learning and improving. This can increase your resilience, your ability to face failure, and your willingness to take risks and embrace new challenges. Through constant reflection, you become more aware of your actions and gain more power to shape your life in accordance with your deepest values. This daily practice is a path to self-knowledge, self-discipline, and continuous growth that leads to a more virtuous and satisfying life. The 24th principle is an invitation to redefine our perspective on adversity, to see each difficulty not as a misfortune, but as a valuable opportunity to exercise virtues and strengthen ourselves. This principle encourages us to adopt a proactive and positive approach to challenges, viewing them as catalysts for personal development and improvement. Seeing adversity as opportunities requires a significant shift in how we perceive and respond to difficulties. Instead of feeling discouraged or defeated by setbacks and challenges, we're called to view them as fertile ground for cultivating inner strength, wisdom, and resilience. Each challenge becomes a test, an opportunity to apply and reinforce virtues such as courage, patience, perseverance, and adaptability. This principle does not downplay the pain or difficulty that adversity may bring. Instead, it recognizes that while we may not have control over external circumstances, we do have control over our responses to them. By choosing to respond with a learning and growth mindset, we we transform potentially negative experiences into valuable lessons and opportunities for improvement. Seeing adversity as opportunities also helps us develop a greater understanding and compassion for ourselves and others. We learn to value the process of overcoming and recognize the strength that arises from facing and conquering obstacles. This perspective also encourages us to actively seek personal growth even outside times of crisis. As we adopt a mindset of continuous growth, we constantly look for ways to challenge ourselves, expand our limits, and step out of our comfort zones. This makes us better prepared and more resilient when adversity inevitably arises. By facing adversity as opportunities, we adopt a stance of strength, openness, and optimism. This not only helps us navigate challenges more easily, but also allows us to extract the maximum value from each experience, transforming them into stepping stones towards a wiser, stronger, and more virtuous version of ourselves. The 25th principle is an invitation to fullness and awareness. Live in the present. While it acknowledges the importance of planning for the future, Stoic philosophy emphasizes the invaluable value of living in the present moment, focusing on the task at hand and appreciating life as it unfolds. This principle encourages us to release excessive anxiety about what's to come and regrets about what's already passed, embracing fully the here and now. Living in the present means directing our energy to the current moment, appreciating the experiences and opportunities it offers. It's about being fully engaged with what we're doing, whether it's work, interacting with others, or simply resting and relaxing. By doing so, we not only increase our efficiency and satisfaction, but also cultivate a deeper inner peace and joy. This principle doesn't suggest that we should ignore the past or the future. Learning from our past and planning for the future are important aspects of life. However, the Stoics remind us that the only reality we truly possess and can influence is the present. Excessive worry about the future or regret about the past are habits that distract us from the here and now and can generate feelings of anxiety and dissatisfaction. Living in the present also involves accepting and valuing life as it is, not as we wish it to be. This means recognizing and embracing our current reality with all its imperfections and beauties. By accepting life in the present, we can find peace and satisfaction in understanding that while we can't control everything, we can always control our attitude and perception. Furthermore, mindfulness practices, such as meditation, conscious breathing, and mindful observation, can help us focus our mind and body on the present moment, reducing the tendency to get lost in future worries or past regrets. By living in the present, we open our eyes to the beauty and opportunities contained in each moment. We release the burden of anxiety about the future and regret about the past, finding in each hour a space for growth, learning, and appreciation. Musonius Rufus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, provides valuable guidance on ZEN philosophy emphasizes the importance of moderation in all aspects of life, avoiding excessive indulgence in food or consumption, as it can lead to physical and mental problems and a rapid depletion of energy. Moderation is a key principle in Stoic philosophy as well, promoting self-discipline and self-control as essential pillars for a rich and balanced life. ZEN encourages finding a balance between the extremes of excess and deprivation. Excessive indulgence may lead to physical discomfort, health issues, and emotional burdens, while extreme restraint can be detrimental, causing frustration and fueling the desire for indulgence later on. Practicing moderation, exercising discipline and self-control, and embracing an approach that promotes enriching experiences rather than harm are essential not only for personal well-being, but also for harmonizing our actions and ensuring a more satisfying and balanced journey toward our goals and aspirations. Remember that in the symphony of life, moderation plays a fundamental role, a virtue that, when well practiced, leads to a richer and fuller existence. ZEN philosophy also highlights the significance of avoiding negative self-talk and self-deprecation. Instead of complaining or engaging in self-deprecating dialogues, it is crucial to maintain a positive and growth-oriented internal dialogue. This approach fosters self-confidence, resilience, and motivation, By being fully aware of our inner dialogue, we can strive to recognize our potential and capabilities, cultivating a perspective that allows us to affirm our abilities and possibilities for growth. Embracing a consciously positive and growth-focused mindset strengthens our self-confidence and emotional resilience. In summary, following Zen wisdom involves cultivating a positive and constructive internal dialogue, aligning with principles of inner strength and growth. Zen reminds us that self-mastery begins with how we speak to ourselves, and by adopting affirmative and motivating self-talk, we take fundamental steps toward building a resilient and success-oriented mindset. Additionally, Zen philosophy emphasizes the value of listening over speaking. By practicing selective silence, we can learn to navigate life with greater intention and wisdom, leading to deeper and more meaningful life experiences and connections with others. Learning from this rich philosophy offers timeless teachings that can be applied to daily life, helping you discover inner strength, wisdom, and inner peace.